Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, Zielonka Hard Mode, episode 90. Can't believe I've made 90 of these so far. Pretty awesome. So, last episode we harvested canola and some barley and straw and mowed the grass and made lots of plans, of which the outstanding, the ones that will survive, are that we need to move to square bales. And we also need to acquire something that eats grass. And if I remember another one, I will say so. But we need to get this grass field fertilized up, and that is something I can do. And then we also need to think about, so next month is August, which we can kind of skip through for the most part, although I do believe there is some canola planting we can do in August. If I can figure out what plots I want to plant with canola. I kind of want to plant these guys with canola, but then again, maybe we can plant canola in 49. I think I talked about that last time. So with those thoughts on the table, I am going to run through this fertilization real quick. Alright, so that's the grass field fertilized again. And as far as that goes, that means we are done in July. Oh no, I remember there were some liming things to do. We might as well do those here in July while the weather's still good enough anyway. Oh wow, I didn't even grab the other piece. Ha! Interesting. Must be slipping. This guy isn't really great for the lime cart. I think we'll use the case, if we can find it. There it is. I do believe, let's make sure, but I do believe that a bunch of these guys need lime. Uh, no, I'm wrong. Half of the 29-26 field it does, but I'll let that slide for now. The rest of this stuff, we're never going to lime those poplar fields because they just they don't take it. So we don't need to lime any of these. So it is time to move on, and we'll do that. Now, to make sure I remember correctly, eggs are best in November, right? Our buffalo mozzarella is best in September, with a rather steep rise from August to September. Not even really worth selling early. And then we have our honey, best in February. And then we've got our sunflower oil, March, as usual. And canola oil, November. Okay. Right. So we are going to move on. All right, here we are in August. I'm thinking the reason to put canola in is just because the oil mill runs both canola and sunflower at the same time, and we're making better use of it like that. And that's all sunflower, so there's no worries there. So we got 38,000 sunflower left. That's going to last us till next March. Well, we're going to be plowing a bunch more in real soon here. But the canola is at 51,000. And that was from this field and those two fields. And I think that's probably pretty good, but do we really want to run canola in the same fields every time? On one hand, sure, why not? On the other hand, I think it's good to change the fields up. I think we'll put barley in this field if we can. Barley's next month, so this field stays empty. The field that had barley is going to get the canola, and one of those two fields, and then we'll put barley in there as well. I feel like in a month or two this poplar is going to be ready. We're finally going to get to use the new the forage harvester, which will be pretty cool. Ooh, and I forgot to pick up that straw. We got to do that first anyway. And on top of that, I didn't even bring the planter with me, so definitely a little bit punch drunk today. So first thing we need to do is grab the bale picker. It looks like we're going to need to stick another bale or two, probably one bale of each in there. Go get that straw real quick. And then we'll move on to whatever else we're going to do. Alright, we're going to go get that canola in. But first we need to fill this thing up. Nothing really more annoying than running out of fertilizer halfway through a plant. Except this is not the canola planter. I don't think you can even plant canola with this. I am really, really out of it today, apparently. When can you plant soybeans, anyway? Okay, April. Yeah. Well, at least we got this filled up, right? Right. Alright. I want to get a bigger planter, a bigger seeder, but I'm not... I don't think that's as much of a... I don't think that's as important as the mowing baling gear. Specifically the baling gear. You parked up. Right. So, planter. And I think we're just gonna sell the Lacatech harvester. Because I think that thing is probably about had its day and all of that. Yeah, and we need to start stashing this in a different place because that's just too tight. We got plenty of fertilizer and seed. So we just go to canola. And yeah, that's a fairly big field over there. That ought to give us a bunch of canola. So we'll get that planted and talk to you when we're done. Realized a minute ago that the wheat is ready, so we're going to go get that going on the worker while we do this planting, because might as well, right? And yeah, everything's not looking too bad. I guess the gas might be a problem, but hopefully not. So far I haven't had a need to own one of those mobile gas things, and hopefully I won't have the need even now. But we will jump on it and see what all we can get done here. Looks like we lost a bit of the wheat to hail, but that generally happens every time, so it's just a part of the game. Yeah, I'll probably have to run down and empty this thing, but that's fine. Alright, back to it. wheat in, and then look at how much. It's only going to be worth a third of that, so maybe if we're lucky 20,000. So there's no real reason to sell the wheat unless we're suddenly so broken we absolutely need it for something, which I don't predict happening at this point. We also still need to pay off that loan. I know these are staving off the loan, but we could actually do better with less of that. Yeah, it's only worth 16,000 right now. Value at all stations. Yeah, so if we look at what flour is worth, let's see if it's just going to be just flour. Yep, plain old flour, 800. And then if we look at productions, grain mill? No grain mill. Huh. All right. Well, we look at productions. Factories. And we go down and find us the grain mill. Grain mill. Huh. We don't get the recipes out of it, so that's unfortunate, but okay. Wait, can we buy a small farmer's kiosk? Huh. If I bought that, some of these things would be... I bet these things... Huh, you can actually buy and install these things. These are all unmodded. So that's cool. Now a big farmer's kiosk, 70,000, or the farmer's market. That's pretty big. Pretty sure that is sales on either side. But that would allow us to sell possibly, I wonder if that, let's see. I can't tell whether that would allow us to sell. Oh, so if we got a biomass heating plant for 120, that would, we could sell the wood. We could straight up install it right here, sell the wood chips to it, and not actually worry about the whole carting problem, which is frankly terrible, because that would not be a long trip. I wonder if we made it this direction, whether we could convince, what if we put it like right there? Well, anyway, if we put it somewhere over here, we buy this guy and put it over here. I wonder if we could convince, we could use the roads. We could install a road right there around it, and probably, hopefully, and yeah, that would be a cool thing to do, and something I'm really considering now that I've realized that I could do that. Because even if I take up a piece of one of these fields, I'm still majorly improving my life. The carting of these things is literally 2 hours minimum to cart wood chips down to the nearest sales place, whereas if we just had to cart it, even if I just put it right here, we could just cart it across. We might even be able to set up a conveyor to it. I wonder, Wonder if we put it, we sold the farmhouse and that thing and put it right there. I'm pretty sure I actually own all that. We could quite possibly install it right over that. Or even here we could set up a conveyor to it. I think I own that stuff too. We conveyor the wood chips over on sale day. That would be amazing. Well, we're going to do that. That is actually going to come before the grain mill, I think. Because that'll be amazing. We do need pallet forks for... Oops. We do need pallet forks. Oh, look, a Profi liner. Can't really afford it, though. And this Hallmaster, which does not do wood chips. It is really unfortunate. But, as I was saying, we need pallet forks for the telehandler, and I don't think they're expensive, so I'm just gonna grab them. Yes, we own telehandler pallet forks. Telehandler pallet forks, for sure. Now, what else is to be done in the month of August? We've harvested what we can harvest. We've planted what we can plant. September, we harvest our... Nope, October is when we harvest our sunflowers. Am I going to plant canola down there? That's the real question. Imagine the money we could make putting poplar in this field. Imagine the work it would take and how many of my episodes would be all about harvesting poplar. I think we're going to plant canola in here, and I think we're going to let the worker do it. Are you... Oh, if we're going to let the worker do it, we actually have to set up the worker to do it. Okay. Right. Well, I'll talk to you when this is done. Okay, that is the canola planted. And our next bit of work is to get back to the farm and probably move on, I think. Now, while that was planting, I wrote up a little plan. Number one is installing, so just priorities, not really a plan, I guess, but priorities. Number one is to install a bioheating plant within conveyor range of our silo so that when it comes time to sell wood chips, we're selling them to our bioheating plant and not carting across the map in the snow every year. Uh, Item 1.5 on my list is to pay off the loan. Item 2 is the square bale setup. 3 will be some sort of grass eaters, probably goats. 4 is the grain mill, and 5 is the bakery. Now, I need more storage, and I need to put that on the plan as well. Now, $10,000 gets me one of these easy sheds, which could go right there, but that is kind of in the way of the plan for the conveying of wood chips. So maybe not right there. I think we may have to wait until we get our setup elsewhere in order to our bioheating plant in order to actually put together something that works. And now I'm trying to figure out where to put this seeder. I think I'm going to put the seeder where the cultivator is, and I'm going to store the cultivator out in the rain because the cultivator doesn't really have any complex parts the way that the seeder does. So we'll get the seeder out of the way, and or the planter, the cultivator out of the way, and we'll put the seeder in that slot by itself. And while we're at it, actually, we are going to, while we're here and while I'm thinking of it, we are going to reduce the size of this thing here. I thought, oh, that was it, lock access, yes. So we're gonna go, here I have that, man, I have that, mod. We're gonna cut this one off here. And that did not work. So I'm not sure what the deal there is, how that's supposed to work. Lock access should Should go, there we go, yeah. That's working now. We got ourselves a nice straight line. That is asphalt. Yep, that's asphalt. Alright. We just get this painted away so that we're no longer risking anything. We have a little more room to work. Yeah, slightly smaller field, but I think our better option is just to buy more fields. Small changes, but better, and that makes room for the, you know what, we ought to just do that. I don't have the money today to properly do it, but I will have the money tomorrow, like next season. So, in the meantime, we're just going to actually start moving everything out of the way, because that actually clears up a lot of room. We're going to go sell this Lacotech at the store as well. Alright, so we're here at the store. We're going to sell this guy. It would have been nice. 21,000, okay, that'll be fine. It would have been nice to bring something that could carry that pallet fork back with us, but don't need it per se. That's right yet, anyway. That's more a future thing anyway. The plan there is to, well, get a Profiliner, which this one right here is only 14,000. I should buy it while it's only 14,000 because it's half off, or I could buy a brand new one later. I think I'll buy a brand new one later, actually. Given the amount of money we have right now, we'd be better off saving that. So we're gonna move all this stuff out of the way and get that thing sold, or not sold, bought. Get that new shed bought, so we've got a long shed. Well, all right. We have got everything pretty much put away. Although I'm questioning whether I should just put down, I know I can't afford it right now, obviously, but a hay barn. Uh, what is it? It's containers? Is that it? No, maybe it's considered a silo. Yeah, a 63K hay barn. I could put that down somewhere in the general area and keep hay and straw in it. I don't know where though. Maybe over here. Probably not though. I mean, I can actually just use, could actually just use the silo for hay and straw and keep just silage in this shed, which may be a good way to go. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we've got everything pretty much stashed away, and we're slowly running this thing out of mineral feed. So next time, I know this was a big aside, and therefore we're kind of out of time to do things. But next time we will work on getting our planting continued. We're going to move on to September so we can plant some barley and wheat, or some barley and then we'll hold off everything for sunflowers. So still thinking we got the canola, so we go barley, sunflower, and sunflower in those two fields again. Then we'll continue with our straw production, and assuming I remember to actually drop straw, we know how well that's gone. So this is sunflower. Those two could be sunflower again. We're gonna hit a point where we've got so much sunflower we're just having to store it in the silo and shove it into the grain mill or the oil mill as as space allows. I'm pretty happy with the farmyard refit. I think it actually manages to get most things inside when they weren't previously. And these things all have their own slots now. We don't have space for trailers, which is fine. Trailers can live outside. The plow can live outside, although it does need a wash. Looks like it's actually maybe getting rusty. Of course, the rust will be ground off next time we use it. And everything else is, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the refit. So we'll keep moving on. Definitely got a propyliner in our future, but that's after the grain mill, because that grain mill is what's going to produce the pallet overload that will require us to need an actual full-on semi-trailer to cart pallets. I'm also looking forward to losing the loan, but that'll happen some other time. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the weird episode, and I will catch you next time.